This is Ed Witten. He's widely regarded as one of the world's greatest living physicists, perhaps even Einstein's successor.
Ed Witten is a very special person in the field. He clearly has a grasp, particularly of the underlying mathematical principles, which is far greater than most other people.
Well, we all think we're very smart, and he's so much smarter than the rest of us.
In 1995, string theorists from all over the world gathered at the University of Southern California for their annual conference. Ed Witten showed up at Strings 95 and rocked their world.
I was really trying to think of something that would be significant for the occasion. And actually, since 5 string theories was too many, I thought I would try to get rid of some of them.
To solve the problem, Witten constructed a spectacular new way of looking at string theory.
Ed announced that he had thought about it, and moreover, he had solved it. He was going to tell us the solution to every string theory in every dimension, which was an enormous claim. But coming from Ed, it was not so surprising.
The atmosphere was electric because all of a sudden, string theory, which had been going through kind of doldrums, was given an incredible boost, a shot in the arm.
Ed Witten gave his famous lecture, and he said a couple of words that got me interested. And for the rest of the lecture, I got hooked up on the first few words that he said and completely missed the point of his lecture.
I remember I had to give the talk after him, and I was kind of embarrassed too.
Ed Witten just blew everybody away.
Ed Witten blew everybody away because he provided a completely new perspective on string theory. From this point of view, we could see that there weren't really 5 different theories. Like reflections in a wall of mirrors, what we thought were 5 theories turned out to be just 5 different ways of looking at the same thing. String theory was unified at last. Witten's work sparked a breakthrough so revolutionary that it was given its own name, M theory, although no one really knows what the M stands for.
What is the M for?
M theory.
M theory.
M theory.
M theory.
M theory.
M theory is a theory.
I don't actually know what the M stands for.
Well, the M has
I've heard many descriptions.
mystery theory, magic theory,
It's the mother theory.
matrix theory.
Monstrous theory. I don't know what Ed meant.
M stands for magic, mystery, or matrix, according to taste.
I suspect that the M is an upside-down W for Witten.
Some cynics have occasionally suggested that M may also stand for murky, because our level of understanding of the theory is in fact so primitive. Maybe I shouldn't have told you that one.
Whatever the name, it was a bombshell. Suddenly, everything was different.
There was a lot of panic, if you like, realizing that big things were happening and all of us not wanting to get left behind in this new revolution of string theory.
After Witten's talk, there was renewed hope that this one theory could be the theory to explain everything in the universe. But there was also a price to pay. Before M theory, strings seemed to operate in a world with 10 dimensions. These included 1 dimension of time, the 3 familiar space dimensions, as well as 6 extra dimensions, curled up so tiny that they're completely invisible.
Well, we think these extra dimensions exist because they come out of the equations of string theory. Strings need to move in more than 3 dimensions. And that was a shock to everybody, but then we learned to live with it.
But M theory would go even further, demanding yet another spatial dimension, bringing the grand total to 11 dimensions.
We know that there have to be 11 dimensions for this theory to make sense. So there must be 11 dimensions. We only see 3 plus 1 of them. How is that possible?
For most of us, it's virtually impossible to picture the extra higher dimensions. I can't. And it's not surprising. Our brains evolved sensing just the 3 spatial dimensions of everyday experience. So, how can we get a feel for them?